title of strongest woman at strongest woman competition.
They said that this could never happen. A man won the women's section of the World's Strongest Man. And I'm happy to let you know, thanks to Eddie Hall and his intervention, all titles have been revoked for this bitch. Rightfully so.
Arlington, Texas. Man. She's not having it, bro. Like, she's pissed. I'd be pissed too. Yeah, you worked your fucking ass off and have that happen. That's crazy.
So at the weekend, the official Strongman Games happened, and this is a federation that people go to and compete to find out who's the best at the world in their weight class. So for instance, they have like the men's under 83 kilo, the men's 90 kilo, the men's 105 kilo, the men's open. They have the women's 63s, the women's 73s, etc. And it's an amazing event, run by some amazing people.
Yep.
And it is also a qualifying process for Giants Live, which in turn
is a
qualifying process for the World's Strongest Man. So it is in terms of top tier federations, official Strongman Games, we've got World's Strongest Man, we've got Giants Live, and then we've got official Strongman Games. It's literally
so it's like the third one down.
Number 1, number 2, number 3. All the other competitions are underneath that in terms of accolade.
Okay.
You know? So official Strongman Games is an amazing event.
So it's like the third tier event.
To decide who is the strongest pearls, who has won from this post that Andrea was almost like retiring. That's the vibe I got. It was like, I'm kind of like, this is the last time, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the post exactly, but it just didn't give a good vibe. So I was like, something isn't right there. So I dug in, who beat Andrea? Because Andrea's a phenomenal strength athlete. Who beat Andrea Thompson? And the name Jamie Booker popped up. So I went on their profile. So the bio is Pro Strong Woman. She's put in a latest title from the weekend, World's Strongest Woman 2025, North America's Strongest Woman, second place, winning the classic first place, personal trainer DM for inquiry. Now at face value, everything seems normal, and if you go into her profile, she's put events from the weekend.
So the thing that never happens happened?
There it is.
So just so I understand this. So the thing that they always say never was going to happen
happened.
And the thing literally, like, how is it possible? I'll get to it. I'll get to the South Park.
So she's got a coach. Just everything like good luck at official Strongman Games. Everything looks normal. Like there's a bit of a training here doing sandbags, 225 pound sandbags, which is 100 kilo.
Right.
Look at that, mauling it.
That's a lot.
Super strong. 121 pound, I'm going to assume pound dumbbell.
That's a lot.
Last set before.
That's like me.
And she's smashing it. Yeah,
it's like the size of me.
It's going up. Look how easy it looks. But look at the size of this lady. Like, she's got to be 6'3", 6'4". Looking at her, I don't want to upset anybody. 170 kilo, maybe.
He's trying to be politically correct about this. He's trying to guess her weight. He's like, okay, don't want to make anybody mad, but, somewhere around there.
175, maybe 180. Close to, say, 380 pounds, 400 pounds in body weight. Like, that is a big girl.
Yeah.
And if you keep going down, you've got some feats of strength.
Okay.
Like deadlifting 140 kilos.
That seems like a lot.
Very, very easily.
It's like 300 pounds.
Look at that. Like,
wow.
Stiff leg.
Damn.
Yeah, Jesus.
How about that?
Next one, 141 pound dumbbell for a double. So what's that, like 65 kilo?
Jesus.
Above the head. Like, this is a strong lady.
Yeah, sure
So
is.
I asked a few other people, like, where did this Jamie Booker come from? And then I got a response I was not expecting. So the response was like, Ed.
But were you really not expecting it?
It was a dude.
But is that really true though? I mean, like, but really though?
My God, Jamie Booker is a man. No one knew. She entered as a lady, put on a registration as a lady, did the whole competition as a lady, spoke as a lady, acted as a lady, and she turns out to be a man. And
there it is.
I won!
How the fuck did this actually happen?
the tackle, the ball and tackle myself. It was definitely not a lady. So it brings me onto this. Like, geez, what the has gone down?
What the fuck?
Wow. Firstly, Official Strongman and the people that run it, I know, are amazing people, and I know deep down they would not have allowed this to happen had they known, but mistakes have been made. And I'm going to say, I say mistake, I'm going to say deceit by Jamie Booker. Jamie Booker has...
She entered it, she entered it maliciously. Sure, she wants to be known as a woman, fine. But you can't enter a competitive competition as a biological male and expect people to accept that. It's illegal now in the state, in the U.S. It's banned from the Olympics, and it's there rightfully so.
Almost like a wolf in sheep's clothing, isn't it? Just like,
bro, he's
just imagine if that was somebody's daughter that had trained their entire life to be the world's strongest woman, just to be beaten by a man dressed as a woman.
In on it.
She still has all of her biological manly parts down there. The only reason why Eddie figured it out is because he got a link to an OnlyFans that he had to unfortunately confirm and see things he didn't want to see, which confirmed that it was indeed a man.
Actually fucking, like, and this is a big deal. I really respect Eddie for coming out and saying this because, you know, like, this guy, like, I mean, he's won strongman competitions before in the past, like, so, you know, him as, like, one of the, like, I would say, like, you know, pinnacle athletes in this field, coming out and saying this is really necessary and really appreciated. Yeah, this is great.
In disguise, entered a man entering a women's strength contest. Yeah. Now, if it was the other way around, so like, right, so let's say a woman transitioned to a man and entered a man's strength contest. They haven't got a hell's chance, like, no chance.
Everybody knows it.
Yep.
And everybody knows. It's so obvious. Of course.
No, doesn't matter how big that
The British police are dragging Eddie out of his house as he speaks. Good luck with that.
I think he owns a tank. I don't think they're gonna do it.
They transition to a man into a man strongman contest. They are not winning anything.
Have fun.
Point blank, done. Discussion over. But for a man, like a low level, not even an amateur, like a beginner strongman, transitioned into a woman and then into a woman's strongman contest.
That's crazy.
They'll most likely win, just because of the sheer strength difference.
Because it's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.
It's biology.
Like, I don't even know what to say about this. It's so obvious.
Yep, it is.
It's just human nature. It's just the way we are. It's the DNA. And this has happened. Like,
this
Jamie Booker's, I'm not going to say lied, but it's just deceited. It's
hard to know how it happened, right? I mean, we don't know how it happened.
That person knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they did this. They lied.
It could have been an oversight. Maybe it was a lie. I mean, who knows?
Up front, like, you should have been up front.
Biology read.
I'm a man. I now identify as a woman, and I want to compete in the women's World's Strongest Woman. And what most likely would have happened is the official strongman games and the owners probably would have gone, right, okay, there's obviously a class for this. Can anybody else enter with you? And let's create a transsexual strongest person.
Sure, yeah,
there you go.
Fine. Exactly, yeah. You want to have a third league and have people that have, you know, like, different.
What's messed up, Sam Champion?
Identifications compete in that. That's fine. Yeah. What's the problem with that? Go ahead.
I don't know. World's Strongest Person. Okay, so and most likely that's what would have happened.
Well, luckily this isn't the Olympics. It's actually banned in the Olympics. But what gets me is that whenever it comes to the world's strongest woman, people tried for years, the past 4 years, to say, this will never happen, this can never happen, it'll never happen, ever, 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 never happen, never can happen. And guess what? It happened. Even after they banned it. It happened. So now it's no longer this will never happen, it's a reality. It happened. It's done. Now, I would like to inform you that the titles that this woman, because she had won multiple. She won multiple as a trans woman. have been stripped. She will no longer be acknowledged as the world's strongest woman. All titles that she had will be null and void. All trophies that she have will be null and void. She will go down as a disgrace, rightfully so. She lied to get where she was at, and that's all there is to it.
It's just the fact that she's done this under the radar and deceived a lot of people and a lot of women. Now,
I mean, the thing is, like, that's crazy if she actually didn't even say that. Like, if you're actively trying to hide the fact that you are the other gender, especially for something like this, right, where you do have an innate physical advantage for, that's crazy. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
What grinds on me is that these women put their heart and soul. Let me just bring up Andrea Thompson. So here we have Andrea Thompson.
I really hope he's going to use
This is the lady that was standing in second place. This is an actual woman. This is a real woman, not a trans person.
That they're putting in all the effort.
And let me be honest. Let me be completely clear about this and transparent. I don't give a flying fuck what color you are, what gender you are. But you cannot defy biology. If you are a man and you were born a man, you are naturally going to be stronger. My fiance could probably out powerlift me, sure. Okay, great. But she's not going to out powerlift the strongest man in the world. That's all there is to it. As an athlete, you are on a more incredible levels of strength and magnitude than anybody else in the country. That's why they have the Olympics, to see who is the strongest person in the world. You are not going to outlift as a woman a man. You're not going to outrun as a woman a man. The top athletes in the world, their scores are a quarter way higher than any woman. Now, there are some where it uses more agility, more athletics, sure, but you're not going to outstrength a man. It's just not going to happen. It's biology. It's DNA. It's like that for a reason. It's primitive. It's monkey behavior, okay? It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. No matter how much we want it to, it just can't. Not without some form of, like, drug intervention.
Taking advantage of it. Like, okay. I want to see that.
And she is a sports person, silverback athlete. 2018 World's Strongest Woman Opens. 2023 World's Strongest Woman Masters 40 Plus.
Wow.
Qualified PT online coach. And if you go down to Andrea Thompson's profile, you'll see posts of her, like this is one of the trophy. This is the post I saw. My last official
That is a badass bitch right there. That is a badass bitch, man. Woo!
Games, World's Strongest Woman 2025.
Wow.
Now that to me implies that this is her last time she'll be at World's Strongest Woman. Most will be pleased with second. I'm not, came for the win, but
I wouldn't be pleased either given the situation.
In hindsight, I knew loading the stones would be my weakness, but we always hope for a miracle. Congratulations to all ladies who put in a good fight. Some dark horses who I know will see again moving up the ranks.
Some dark horses. Is that what she called it?
That's foreshadowing, ain't it?
Horse. How about that?
Keep all the support, messages and kind words I received. No time to dwell on what could have been. I'm off to Singapore.
You don't hear that a lot.
And that was 5 hours ago, so I'm sure this is going to be after all the controversy has come to light.
Of course.
Andrea Thompson, I mean, look, this is her doing the deadlift.
500? Jesus.
God damn.
Like, Andrea Thompson is a powerhouse.
So she almost won even with competing against a biological male. That's fucking impressive.
That's a badass bitch, boys. I don't mean that in like a negative way. She's a monster, bro.
Is give her heart and soul to this sport. Like, she has dedicated her life as a strong woman. She's probably worked a full-time job during the whole process as well. Sacrificed time with her partners, her kids.
Yep, sure, life. Absolutely.
I agree. Like women are very like athletic. Like, I don't ever want to sound like I'm shitting on women's athleticism at all. There's like most of the women that are in the Olympics can run circles around my sorry ass. Okay, I am not trying to be like, oh well, you know, women. No, dude. Like, some of those women, that just like men, they dedicate their lives to the sport. to the athleticism. And I don't want to sound like I'm degrading that in any way, shape, or form. Like, y'all are all monsters, y'all are all badasses. But it's just not possible. Now, Speed is just a fucking freak. Speed is a fucking monster, dude. Like, Speed is something else, bro.
Given her life to strong woman. Now, that's what grinds on me, is that somebody's sacrificed.
I'm really glad that he's using this line of like argumentation, because it's like kind of emotional messaging, but I think it's the one type of messaging that is the most counter to the acceptance of it, is that you're basically taking advantage of a person's entire life's work and, you know, them being at the pinnacle of their athletic career, and then you're just doing this because, and this person now is not able to reap the benefits or the satisfaction of being able to achieve that. I'm very, very glad to see this. I totally agree with him too, obviously. It's both emotional and logical. Yeah, I guess so.
So much. If that was my daughter in that situation, and she,
I'd be pissed. If my daughter was in that situation, and come to find out the fucking person was a man, I would be so pissed. 'Cause like, that's just so fucked. That's the representative's responsibility to make sure that the people that are competing in that are on equal playing ground. It goes to show you how shit of an athlete that individual was, that they almost lost to that lady. That should tell you everything you need to know about that person.
took her body to the limits, took her body to the absolute breaking point, and put her relationships at risk, sacrificed time with her kids,
family,
spent thousands of pounds on physio, food, recovery, travel, to then go a contest and lose to a man. I'd be fucking, wow, yeah. I'd be really angry if that was...
Yeah, I'd be fucking furious too, absolutely. Yeah, it sucks.
If that was my daughter. And I've got daughters, you know, and I don't want my daughters to
Let's go, legendary 3D gamer.
Because it's just not okay.
It's not fair. Yeah, it's
nope,
just
not today.
Fair. And the problem
I'm probably
going to
hop off here in about 30 minutes.
That will come and take what he's saying here as being transphobic
early day today, and then
like that.
It'll be an early...
This is one of the instances, like, we're not talking about somebody...
Early day today, and then on I'll be back on Monday. I'm going to take me a 4-day break.
You know, like identifying as something like, or wearing a dress, or whether somebody's able to wear makeup. Like, you're really talking about, this is one of the...
Oh, that's what happened. They're going to give the first place to the second place, so she's going to be... And that's what's crazy, is if you think about this on the scale, everybody moved up. First place goes to second place goes to third place, which means that the person that came in third place is now in second place. You know how much of a difference that is alone? It's disgusting that this is even a thing. Like, this even happened is disgraceful.
Biological differences. It's kind of like all of these people talk constantly about how, you know, gender and sex are two different things, but this is one of the instances where actually that argumentation works against you, because in this instance, you're talking about sexual advantages, like genuine sexual advantages that are based off of the innate characteristics of someone being a male or a female. And really, I think that transcends any sort of, like, you know, fucking social messaging, right?
I agree. Especially with how much time and effort those ladies put into their sport, just to be overtaken by a man is dog shit. It's dog shit.
It goes way beyond.
Any athlete you ask will always say the same thing. Any woman athlete that you ask, if they feel like if it's more of an advantage for you to be a male in their category of sport, they're always going to say yes. Any athlete that they have asked has always given the same answer. Because they're not stupid.
So I really feel...
That's why I keep saying
the hell with your fucking emotional message. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. These ladies go out there and they sacrifice so much time and effort, so much of their lives to becoming the best at the sport, just to be overtaken by a man who does like a half of what they have to do. It's disgusting.
Because here's the reason why. This is the reason why. I don't have a problem with people identifying as trans. I have a problem with people identifying as trans and then invading women's spaces. That's what I have a problem with.
I agree. I have the same problem.
If you want to be trans, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Go ahead, right? You want to wear a dress, wear makeup, and call yourself a woman and get surgery for it? Have fun, right? It's your life. You're going to be able to do what you want. And also, if you don't want to respect somebody's pronouns, then don't do it. I don't care. It's not my problem. I'm not your dad. But like, I'm just telling you the way that I do things, right? Is I usually generally respect people's pronouns, but at the same time, I recognize that there's a biological difference between a trans woman and a biological woman.
Yep.
I think this is, by the way, my perspective on this is the perspective that I
Men
think
produce testosterone, women produce hormones. Not hormones, estrogen. I'm so sorry. I don't know why the fuck I said hormones. Fucking stupid ass. Estrogen and testosterone are two different hormones that the human body produces. That's what makes you a male and a female. Testosterone is given to some women to give them bonuses and strength. So that should tell you everything you need to know right there. Seriously.
People have. Like, they're willing to play ball and be reasonable and be polite, but at the same time, don't wear it out.
Yep.
I do. I think this is the way most people feel. No, dude, that's fine. I mean, if you don't feel that, you have to think. And the thing is, like, she doesn't have a big social media presence like Eddie has, right? Like, nobody knows her really on the same level that, like, they know Eddie Hall. Like, he's like one of the like top most well-known people in the sport. So
I would actually like to make an announcement, because I said this, that if it ever happened, I would make the announcement. Thor Bjornsson officially beat the world record and lifted the heaviest deadlift finally on stage. So took long enough, but he did it.
It's like whenever you come out and you say something like that, you're going to have a ton of people that will attack you maliciously and like be hyper hostile to you if you speak out against this at all. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at her not speaking out about this. I'd be afraid to do it too. Yeah, I totally get it.
Get into the ins and outs of it. You know, she's too nice. But something needs to be done here, and I think now the truth is out, and I think now the news has come out. She is a man. I have a feeling.
Well, I think that really this is what I know. Like, if this person didn't say that they were trans whenever they entered into the contest, they did so on a level of bad faith that is just completely manipulative and extremely problematic.
And I agree. And the thing is and that's the reason why all of their titles have been stripped right there.
So to me, like, that's how I see it, is that, like, this is a person that very clearly is acting in bad faith. They're trying to do something that they shouldn't be trying to do.
And they know it. That's why they didn't say anything.
The title will be revoked by Will's official statement. I think now the news has come out. She is a man. I have a feeling that the title will be revoked by Will's official Strongman Games,
right.
And the people that own it will do the right thing because they are good people. And it's not about upsetting Jamie or anything. It's not about that. Mm-hmm. It's just about doing the right thing. If they want to come and compete in strong man, strong woman, or will,
it sucks that like there's like so many cuts. Obviously, like you saw, there's like 5 cuts here. And I think probably the reason why is that he probably had to do like retakes for this to like make sure that people don't like try to take it out of context and turn him into like this horrible person, which he's obviously not. I mean, this is a completely reasonable, normal position to have that I think most people agree with and understand. But, you know, it's unfortunate to see somebody, you know, and maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but like I just feel like it's a little bit of a coincidence, right? And so to see that happen, it's disappointing to see people that are like so afraid and like self-censoring themselves about it, walking on eggshells. Yeah,
they are. They're tiptoeing around it.
Strongest person. Then let's have a discussion and let's create something fair and equal that allows the women to do their thing without being stamped on.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I think that's what needs to happen. And
exactly.
Yeah, let's have a conversation. What do you think in the comments? Hit me up in the comment section. What do you think should be done about this, and what is the fix, what is the remedy, what is the cure?
I think eat and delete. It's pretty simple. Yeah, you just simply revoke it and say it didn't happen. Like that, like we had somebody that like was a biological male that competed in a women's competition. We didn't know at the time, our bad. And now the actual winner is this other person. I feel like it's super simple.
Yep, I agree.
There it is.
But for me, You know, as I say, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't stand for it. And
I agree.
sure,
No one should, and no one should be, forced to either. Like, no one should be forced to sit there and actually deal with that. No.
The same. Mum and dad would be furious, alive or not. I don't know what they are. I'm sorry, Andrea, but I'm sure they would be not happy hearing their daughter lost something that she fought her entire life for to a man.
Oh,
it's just unfair.
Oh.
Anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on and talk about that. Yeah, just it's happening a lot in sports, isn't it? It's been going on in swimming.
It did happen in swimming. I saw that. The Olympics,
over Olympic sport.
and they changed the rules for the Olympic Games because of that. The Olympics recently ruled that anybody who's not a biological female cannot compete in a women's league, which is like, I mean,
decision.
It's crazy. You know, it's so insane.
It's sad that we even have to sit here and have this fucking conversation. Biology that we have been studying for the past 200 years has told us it's not fucking possible. Why are we even trying to reinvent the wheel?
It's the fact that we're even talking about this. What the fuck is going on? Can you believe that? Oh my God.
How have we digressed from sanity into stupidity? How?
Wow.
We all need to find a middle ground, and we all need to find a place where everyone can be happy.
I think it was.
Also be fair as well. You've got to be fair to people. As I say, these people sacrifice their lives for sport. Their parents sacrifice their lives for their kids, taking their kids to sessions when the kids, you know,
and it's also like, it's just common sense, right? You've got 12 competitors, 20 competitors, and one person is competing on an uneven playing field. Well, that ruins the competition for everybody else.
Yep.
Even if, like, let's say you get third place instead of second place. Let's say you get seventh place instead of eighth place. That's still a person that shouldn't be there. And like, I don't understand how anybody can look at this and not see that this is just a blatant level of unfairness that should never be tolerated by anybody. Like, I view this issue as like the hyper leftist, like, flat earth issue. This is the kind of stuff to me that it's like, okay, well, if you believe this, you have departed from the realm of rationality.
Yep.
Like, it's very obvious that biologically there's difference between men and women, like, in terms of, like, you know, athletic performance, right? And like what
really sucked is that people ignored this and let it proliferate. That's the reason why it got as bad as it did. That's the issue. Nobody stepped up to say no. Well, I'm sure some people did, but it had proliferated so quickly that it just didn't matter whenever the little people stepped up to say no.
Capable of. And so when I see...
And then some people saw what was happening to the little people that stepped up and said no and decided not to step up.
Somebody that's like unwilling to accept that, or they're going to try to, like, you know, make exceptions and try to, like, oh, but what about this other thing that doesn't make sense? You really, like, I mean, you're talking to a retard, right? You're talking to a retard. You're talking to somebody who has been...
Well, it's like what Neil deGrasse Tyson says. He's like, so the way Neil deGrasse Tyson explained it was, he found somebody that didn't believe in the moon landing, and he's like, I don't believe in the moon landing. What do I do? Like, can you, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, here's all these pictures, here's all this stuff, here's this proof from the moon rocks, and then the guy's like, no, I don't believe it, that's all fake, and he's like, okay, well then we don't have anything to talk about, because you are so far from the realm of reality that your brain is just not ready to accept the knowledge that is laid out before you. You're just not ready for it. You're not. There's nothing there that you're gonna learn that you want to learn. Like, you don't want to learn. You have shut your brain off from it, so you'll never. Like, you can't teach somebody that doesn't want to learn anything.
Logically captured, and they're not thinking about things.
So much time and dedication goes into this, just needs to be put right. So hit me up in the comments. What do you think should happen? What do you think should be done? And what is the answer to all this? And Jamie Booker, like, I'm not going to mock you at all. I'm just going to say, just speak to people. You've got to be upfront about this shit.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, it's fine. Like, if you want to be a trans, like, power lifter or like athlete, then go ahead. More power to you. The problem isn't that you're trans and you're doing the sport. The problem
is that you're trans and you're doing it in a sport for women. Like, I do believe that if you want to be trans and you want to be in a sport like that, they should make a trans version of the event. That's mixed gender, where men, women, and trans people could probably all compete in it. Sure. But at the same time, you can't go into the women's sport because it's against the rules, and you can compete in the men's sport, but you're going to get decimated. That's why you tried in the women's sport, and you know it. That's why you acted in bad faith.
You're actively trying to compete against women and take away their representation in the sport. That's the actual problem. Like, that's what people are actually mad about. And I think the problem is that, like, this one individual person is not really reflective of, like, this isn't the way, like, believe it or not, all trans people don't think that this person is great, right? Like, there's obviously, like, going to be contention even inside of that community as to whether this is acceptable or not. And I think a lot of them probably are going to think the same thing that Eddie thinks. They're probably going to think the same thing I think. Like, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, we just want to be treated this way in society, but, like, obviously in situations where it's biological, there should be a difference. Of course, it's common sense. But the problem is that there are some people that try to interject themselves and put themselves into the conversation that are really just doing it for virtue signal points, right? They don't really care about trans issues. They don't care about trans people. They don't care about equality. They don't care about fairness. They don't care about anything, right? The only thing that they care about is inserting themselves into a space and then acting as the arbiter of what's good and what's bad, and then appointing themselves as the person who's good. That's really what they're doing, because in my opinion, I think that stuff like this and the defense of it and the obfuscation of it being bad is actually doing more damage to trans people than transphobes are. Yep. I think that it is, because the reason why is that a lot of people that hate trans people are, sometimes they can be, like, very extreme, and it can go to the point where I think sometimes it's irrational, right? It's, like, just a little bit too far. It's like, you've crossed over from, like, criticism into, like, harassment and, like, hostility and just being mean. And so, but what this does, I think, is that it radicalizes a lot of average people, a lot of, like, well-meaning, good-intentioned, average, everyday people, whenever they see something like this happen, and then they see it being defended. And I think that that's what really kind of pushes people away from supporting the cause. Mm-hmm. Being trans is irrational. It is irrational, but people, getting tattoos, you could say, is irrational. Like, being a furry is irrational. Being a drag queen is irrational. If somebody has a right to be irrational if they want to. Now, my point is, though, that I think that the biggest victims of stuff like this and the advocacy for it are actually other trans people. And I think that what happens is that, you do get people that are relatively apolitical, right? Like Eddie Hall, that are talking about this, and I think that they contribute to a negative sentiment towards trans people by their actions. And I think it's an undeniable reality, in my opinion. It's undeniable that these people that have been trans have, like, gone out of their way to do this, and I think that in doing so, it has massively negatively affected.
I don't think he's right. I do to an extent. I think that the trans people, the bad apples, go out of their way to fuck with it and ruin the sentiment of the trans people. But I feel like a lot of non-trans people have done that already. Like, when you've got protesters that are out saying that that aren't even, like, either one of these two. They're not trans or lesbian, but they're straight, and they're out there trying to protest all this stuff, and they keep trying to throw it in people's face, even though they're not even part of the community. They just claim that they are, and then it just makes it hurts their cause. It hurts the actual people that it's for.